What is going on, YouTube? This is Jim back with another unboxing, joined by my lovely wife, Miss Rachel, and the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite box.
Which is giant.
It is. This thing's huge.
It is huge. And we actually got a sneak preview of this at E3.
We did at the Cap.
I believe when we saw them at the Capcom booth, they weren't painted, right?
Yeah, they were just like
pewter
like
or
resin,
plastic,
like
or
a
resin, so like kind of a tan color. Right. So it will still be new.
Still new to me. I don't know. I mean, I saw the back. We know what figures are going to be, but
Yep.
I say just tear it open. So I'm going to set it down here for you.
You gonna show them what the back of the box looks like?
If you'd like to, sure. Go ahead.
Just
it's for completeness. There you go.
so you can see what goodies await us.
Plenty of goodies. All right. So while you're opening this up, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, we got to play it at E3. I loved it. I loved it. There were so many old school Capcom characters. If you guys remember Super Ghouls and Ghosts, you remember Arthur? Arthur is in the game, and he's like pixelated when he walks, just like old school. Is this a steelbook?
It does kind of appear to be a steelbook.
Okay, I will dig into this while you get into the rest of the loot. We will divide and conquer. I've heard all your feedback, YouTube. You said I talk too much. Well, unfortunately, that's not going to stop. But I am going to try to cut to the chase and cut the video length down just a smidge, which is why we're not doing a deep dive of every little part of the box. I will show you the good stuff that you need to see. Do you need the scissors, Rachel?
Yes, please.
There you go. I see the plastic on the outside. The case is actually like the styrofoam actually has the Marvel vs. Capcom engraving in it. How fancy. While you're doing that, I'm going to take apart the box and we'll look at it while she's doing that. So this is the style where you have the sleeve. It's like a plastic sleeve. I see these on DVDs a lot. And then the game case, which I really, really like, doesn't have any real branding on it. It's got a Brent's going to kill me. I don't know who this guy is. Do you know who this guy is?
Which guy?
This guy?
No.
Mr. Mean Man. Brent, comment. Tell me who it is, buddy. And then it just says Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite on the side. There's no PlayStation marking or anything like that. Inside is a character pass. I don't know for what character. A Captain Marvel costume. And a safety and epilepsy instruction guide. And then there's the case and the disc inside. Pretty nice. Now on the inside, I recognize these guys. These are actually the figures that we're going to be opening for you guys now, I think. Maybe not. I don't think Ryu's in there. Looks like Wonder Marvel Girl. Mega Man, I know. Iron Man and Ryu. I don't think Ryu's a statue. I think it's Chumlee instead, which is interesting. It makes you wonder if maybe Ryu was the original statue and they changed it at the last minute, right?
Well, I mean, we've already got a...
No, I'm happy. No, I'm happy. I'll take
Ryu
scissors.
statue.
No, I'm really happy about that, but it's just kind of funny that when you look at the inside art there, you have figures, sorry about the reflection, you have figures there that are like,
scissors.
oh, we need scissors again. Back to...
They've got this whole thing taped up.
Oh, it's taped up well. I'm not always a fan when things get shipped to us. I rather pick them up in the store. I feel like they do a little better job of kind of hand picking stuff. I feel like you don't get as much like box debris. Now, you guys probably can't see up above, but I've gotten rid of all my boxes. They're all up in the attic now, so I don't display the boxes like I used to. This one I definitely would not display because it's got a big smash in it because UPS sets things down about 7 feet in the air, apparently, into a slamming-like position. So the box has got a dent in it, and that's something that I hate because I'm a super huge collector, and I hate seeing that kind of stuff. But it looks like they took a lot of care in boxing that up, and this looks like... There is so much crap in that box. This is ridiculous. So go ahead and just pick something out and let's open it up and see what we got. There is a slew of characters down here. This is one of the biggest collector editions I've ever seen.
It is. It definitely is. So let's start over here.
Oh, this is Mega Man. I don't know if I don't believe this is the X variant. It might be. You know, I'm not really entirely sure. The base is weird. I don't know what this. How would you quantify this material?
It's a.
It's kind of like a plastic, a textured plastic. So there's Mega Man standing there with his, notorious Buster gun. I'm looking at myself in the screen to make sure you get a good view of it there. I like the base. It's very colorful, but I like it. I think it's cool. His hand, though. Doesn't his hand look freaking enormous?
It does. But
his hand... No,
hands
hold
are
on.
tough.
That hand is bigger than his head.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
It's a John Cena hand.
I like it. The only other Mega Man statue I have, I reorganized. I don't know where it is, but this one is really cool. And who do we have next? I'm going to put this here. We're going to start cycling through these guys.
Next.
This is Wonder Girl. Marvel Girl.
Miss Marvel.
What's it say in the box? Miss Marvel?
I believe it's Miss Marvel.
Brent is like downvoting
Captain
this.
Marvel.
Captain Marvel here, everybody. Now, Captain Marvel, same kind of very colorful base. Each base has some grips on the bottom, so it's not going to slide around. I like this statue of her. I don't know anything about her, but I like it. Doesn't look like there's too many blemishes on the paint. Maybe a little bit on her thigh, like where the plastic came off. And then in the back, maybe they didn't do a very good job of painting her back so much. There's some red like residue on her back, but she looks pretty cool. And just real quick, I'm curious. Yes, okay. So the bases are all, they have these textures to them where you could see they actually butt up together. So you can have them face off. Now, in a fight, I would give my money to Marvel Girl because Mega Man comes up to her belly button. All right, who we got next? Oh, the
Iron Man.
What do you think about Iron Man?
Iron Man looks pretty good.
Iron Man looks pretty awesome.
The hands are the right scale.
I'm noticing a lot of color, like on the base, like here. It looks a little weird, and I'm not a big fan. Was his toes always that pointy? Like,
yeah, I don't
right,
think so.
the nitpicker in me is gonna say, let me try to get an angle. Look at his feet. It looks like fins on like if you were scuba diving. But I love this stance. He looks ready for action. He's got his hand blasters ready to go. This looks really, really good. And last, I think the one I'm most excited about.
The best for last.
The one I'm honestly most excited about has to be Chumlee.
Chumlee.
In position for a Hurricane Super 1,000 million kick when you just kick repeatedly. Stand up on her tippy toes there. She looks really, really good. I like the attention to detail on her cape, her spike gloves. Maybe a little bit of too much eyeshadow. I don't know. A little like red eyes there, maybe. It's been a long day for Chumlee. You know, a lot of ass kicking has occurred. That is really cool. And then I guess you're supposed to face them all.
Yeah, you can put them all together. So those two are teammates. So
you would not have. Is that why they're the same color?
They're the same color.
So they're green and blue, which represents Capcom.
So you can.
And then you have, I guess, and then you have
you
red.
You can put them together like.
Like they could be teammates, but they wouldn't be fighting, so they wouldn't be facing off.
You can put them together like so.
What? Oh, no way. You can. Wait, can you?
Sort of.
Sort of.
Maybe not the best put together.
I don't think they actually would
I've
snap
ever
into
seen.
place.
No, they don't snap into place, but then
the bases kind of connect, so it looks as if they're on the same front. Is that what you're saying on the
bottom?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I see where there's some
And then you can kind of
cut
put
out.
them together, I think, so that they're kind of facing off.
Yeah, but I mean, ultimately, you would probably have like Iron Man fighting. Probably what? These two guys make the most sense to fight because they both have guns, right?
Yeah.
So you could butt the bases do definitely butt up that way where you can have the bases connect. Although seriously, look at Mega Man. These poor guy's like, hey bro, I'm touching your face. And then you could obviously have, if you wanted to, Marvel Girl versus Chumlee.
Captain Marvel versus Chumlee, which
they don't connect as well. Maybe it's not meant to be that way. I don't know. I guess you could mix and match. I'll probably display all four independently, so they're all looking like directly at you. But in terms of like quality, they look pretty good. There's some minor details. This is the first statue. She has a belly button.
I see.
This is the first statue I've ever gotten of a mold of a girl with a belly button. I like it. I think these are cool. Obviously, I'm a much bigger fan of Capcom than I am of Marvel in of itself, although I've never had an Iron Man figure, so I'm excited to have one of those. And anything Mega Man gets me very aroused.
So we have one final thing to show you.
This is a weird plasticky metal box with Easter eggs.
The Infinity Stones.
These look horrible. What is this crap?
Yeah,
those are Easter eggs.
Yeah, they look pretty bad.
Wait, let's grab one.
Actually, I would say they look more like silly putty containers.
Do they come out?
I don't know that they come out. There's a battery compartment underneath. So So I suspect they light up.
Okay, we're going to do a jump cut to go get the light up. Okay?
Okay.
Let me hit pause. It will be right. And we're back. Okay, we have now plugged in the batteries.
All right.
We had to take the case off, little Phillips screwdriver. So this is is the switch on?
The switch is not on.
This is the Infinity Stones.
With LED effects.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes.
You ready for this magic? Ooh.
Okay, now that is kind of cool because they pulse.
They do pulse.
They're very bright.
They are.
I do like that. I thought it was going to be a solid light. I will say, is the camera picking that up okay? So you pull right up, put it right up against the screen. You got it there. My camera doesn't do it justice. They all look, I'm looking at the screen here, they all look like they're the same color. But they are, in fact, when you turn the light back off again. Oh, there you go. That was a good shot. Okay. That's cool. I don't know. I would think, like, if I was at night, like, playing games, I might turn it on for a while. Like, just to, you know...
Just to show it off.
To show it off a little bit. By itself, it's not the best, but...
But maybe if you put it in the center of your...
They're fighting... Mega Man is fighting for the Infinity Stone that's as big as his leg.
And larger than his
Larger
hand.
than his... But not his hand. His hand.
Well, not his hand.
All right, so...
Maybe that's why his hand is so big, so he can hold it.
You're right.
Magic.
All right, so... To recap, we got the game with a bunch of DLC, character pass, Captain Marvel, bomber jacket. I don't know if I actually showed it, but there's Captain Marvel. Looks like from the, I don't know, World War II days or something. You got Iron Man. Iron Man.
You do have
Iron Man, but this
is not him.
This is the Mega Man himself. We have Iron Man. We have... are you going to try to hold him up?
We're trying to hold him up.
Marvel girl.
Captain Marvel.
And we have Chumlee. Now, if you had to pick one, who is the coolest?
I think Chun-Li is the coolest.
Chun-Li is by far the
However,
coolest. I love Chun-Li.
I am biased towards Chun-Li.
Well, I like Chun-Li. I think her face looks cool. A little bit of red around her eyes, but not bad. But I think it's a cool sculpt and it's a cool pose. I like the pose that it's just one leg, her other leg's up, like an action stance.
Yeah.
I think Iron Man is pretty cool, too.
Iron Man's pretty cool. They're all cool.
They're all cool, but I think Chun-Li's probably the coolest.
Chun-Li's the best.
Looks like you have a lot of options with the base, even though they don't click together the way I would think they would as like an ally. I don't know if that was the design or not, but the way that the bases are laid out, they're unique enough, I think, where you can have them face off or together or apart or back to back or side to side. Yep. I think they're small enough. You probably get two in a cube, so maybe double face off. So we'll have to figure out where we're going to display these, but. This is a pretty big collector edition. Usually you only get one or two small statues, like a Dark Souls statue behind me or some of the other Rabbids ones. It's rare to get this many things and the box and the steelbook. They cheaped out. You did not get a soundtrack. You did not get an art book. But...
Okay, so let's talk about where the rest of our art books and soundtracks are.
I don't even know. Somewhere behind me on the ground.
But
my point is...
How much use are you getting out of that?
I do like soundtracks, though. I do listen to soundtracks quite a bit.
And by quite a bit, he means once.
Twice.
Oh,
so
okay, I'm sorry. But this gives you 4 different statues.
And the stones.
I
have them all.
With an LED feature.
In a felt box. How beautiful.
In a plastic felt box.
I could definitely say drop like $20 off the price and drop these stones. Did we buy this from Best Buy?
Yes, we bought it from Best Buy.
So Gamer Club Unlocked, less 20%. I think the MSRP was $150.
I don't even remember. We ordered it so long
I think it was
ago.
a little more than like a normal, but I could understand why given the amount of figures.
And again, you know, for us, it is all about the figures. So
yes, I agree. And I think they're nice, and I think they did a good job. So, as always, we end our videos on a ranking scale of 0 to... Well, what was the best statue we thought we had today? We think Doom? We agree that Doom was probably the best?
Yeah, Doom is probably the best.
So, on a rating scale from Metal Gear Solid 5 to Doom, worst to best, how would you rank these? I'm not talking quantity, just overall, like, what do you think?
I think I'd give this about a 9.5.
It's almost a perfect.
It is.
What would be the Delta 0.5 for you?
The cheapness of the
case or the stones?
Yeah. Honestly,
look, they light up.
I actually like the stones themselves. I think they look really cool when the lights are on.
Yeah.
But the case that they're in just looks
The case
cheap.
does look bad. I feel like you're right.
It's just not.
The paint, it's not painted well. It's got some gouges in it. It's got
just,
some like set plastic pieces in it.
It just looks cheap.
You're right, it does.
And you know, they did such a good job on these statues. To put that with it, just to me takes away from it. However,
Yeah.
I am extremely impressed with 4 statues.
I am too. I think they did a great job.
That's why they're elevated to a 9.5.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10 for no other reason than
Mega
why
Man?
not? I don't know. I don't know anything about that girl. I think I look at all the roster. I think they did good with Mega Man and Chumlee for Capcom representation. I would have loved them to like pull out Arthur or Mike Hagar or like one of the old school Capcom dudes. But a lot of people aren't going to know them the way I do.
Or Monster Hunter to to hype.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool, right? So there's definitely like they did good. They didn't go Ryu or Ken. It's like, oh my god, enough Street Fighter. They still picked Chun-Li, but it's cool to get representation. She is a very iconic character.
And Chun-Li to me doesn't get enough representation.
Yes, she needs more love.
She needs more love. You know, I am extremely happy to see that they have balanced the male-female ratio.
Yes, two
in this
dudes
collector's
and two...
edition. So you know that may
be a little biased.
That may be a little.
From the Marvel side, I think Iron Man's pretty like notable right now. He's pretty popular. I don't know her. I know way more Marvel people than her. But maybe she's a lot more popular than I know, and we can get roasted in the comments. How dare you don't know?
Or maybe they're attempting to bring somebody forward who doesn't have the reputation yet.
Good question. So there you have it. Everything we know about the Marvel Collector Edition. Really, really cool. Thanks so much for coming up here and helping out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment, rate, subscribe. Get out there and figure out who she is. And until next time, we will see you guys on the other side.